What up?
Yo.
3, 2, 1. I'm Brian Jodas, 43. Hello, Kitty.
I'm Jamie Roseborough, 41. Repeato. And this is the F3 Circle of Trust.
Let's go. From the F3 Nation Podcast Studios.
I've just been handed an urgent and horrifying news story. And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
This is the COT Podcast, connecting the packs of F3 Nation through fitness, fellowship, and faith.
Andrew Maggio, 35, Wirebiter.
Mike Kirkos, 35, Saganaki.
Michael Barrett, 40,
Rep Sleepy.
Peter Ranky, 63, Bambi.
COT Podcast starts right now.
Shut up and sit down.
Welcome back, F3 Nation, to another episode of the Circle of Trust. Your boy, Hello Kitty and Repeato, saddled up here on a Friday afternoon. And if you are watching live with us across the F3 Facebook and YouTube channel, thanks for hanging out with us. And if you are listening back on the podcast, what up to you as well? And the boys are chiming in early. Repeato, Drop Thrill in the house. What up, bros? Brother, we will hear from you in a matter of moments with your mental battle update. Oh, Roll Bar thought he was first, but no, did not know that the thrill got him in there. But we'll give you 1.5, 1A, 1B. And what's up to you guys? That's the beauty of watching with us live online. You can comment and be a part of the show. So if you are watching across the Facebook or the YouTube, give us a shout, man. Say what's up. And if you're not and you're listening back, man, be sure to go check out the video play of this show. And we are united through all things fitness, fellowship, and faith for the news of the F3 Nation. And my brother, thoughts and prayers to Western North Carolina and everybody else impacted, because it has been a wet, wild day here. And we got a bunch of rain in central North Carolina. But, dude, the videos we're seeing out of Boone and other places, not just there, but a lot of other spots, man, we're thinking about those folks for sure.
Yeah, heavy heart coming on the air, watching what's unfolding in our beloved Boone and Blowing Rock and all of Watauga, Avery County, Banner Elk, but then my hometown of Asheville, much of is underwater as well. And I mean, we're just getting started. The rain might be moving through, but as everything drains off the mountains, mudslides, landslides, all that's next.
That stuff's so scary, man.
What started in Florida, right? We got a lot of packs through the Tallahassee area, all the way up through southern Georgia, all the way through Georgia into Atlanta, North Carolina. I mean, it's bending west. It's a wild time. It's a good time for a lot of men to step up in their communities, and get after taking care of themselves and their families, and then impact on their community. So lots of people will be rallying around, but it's crazy. Thoughts and prayers for sure out west.
Yeah, no doubt. And I would only assume that we'll see the men geared up and heading out into their communities where impacted to help set things right. And we'll see those shovel flags flying and guys getting to work. And so we really pray that nobody has been really catastrophically impacted by what's coming through here. But we've seen some pretty frightening looking videos today. Even just, the way that water can break and move. And so we just, be thinking about that over the course of the weekend, right? And,
footage of like King Street and Boone being
crazy.
Never seen that. Walmart's underwater. The intersection, 2-story Wendy's there, 321, 105, totally underwater.
Yeah.
It's bad. Parts of Boone I've never seen flooded. I've been familiar with that area since the 90s. So it's just it's nuts. Yeah, so.
No doubt. Well, listen, man, we got news of the nation to get to. We got 2 high impact men joining us here in a minute. A conversation we recorded yesterday with Scar U and OBT about a really cool event we're getting you guys geared up for. A great webinar with Richard Reeves. So we'll hear from those guys in a little bit. But of course, let's always thank those who help make the show possible, starting with you guys for tuning in and watching, man, sharing the podcast. Wherever you listen to it, the more you can share it with your brothers and get them connected to something a little bit bigger than themselves, the better. And then we've got great sponsors that help make this thing possible. And of course, we couldn't do it without F3gear.com. F3 Gear is your official source for all F3 gear and apparel. You know it, you wear it daily in the gloom. And not only is the gear built for you and built to withstand the toughest beatdown, but a portion of all sales benefit F3 Nation because F3 Nation owns the gear store, and Mud Gear, the proud sponsor of that. Just out now this week, the brand new F3 tactical belt. We both have this belt. And boy, just taking that thing out of the box, bro, when we got our hands on it last week, we knew it was good. It has got a pair of buckle options with an easy just double sort of button release to stay on there. You can get a big F3 logo. You can get an offset F3 logo, but the thing is sturdy and strong, and they're not going to pop off. You got to hit that double release. They are priced to move.
Yeah.
The actual belt itself comes in black, gray, or brown. They're a great price, and the 3-pack price is even better. And in fact, my bro, you and High Impact Man himself, Parker, had a chance to try these bad boys out last week.
That's right.
We sure did. So why don't we just show you what your reaction was like? You can watch yourself reacting to the F3 tactical belt. Here it is. Let's check out my man Repeato and our brother Parker checking these things out for the first time last week.
Guys, Parker, Repeato in the gloom. Here, just got finished working out. We're going to check out this new tactical F3 tactical belt. Dude, that's sweet.
Malco's genius coming through again.
Ooh, check that out. Nice.
Got a little bit of different buckle on this one. Kind of hard to see here. Full logo, F3. Easy release.
Oh yeah,
Quick
nice.
release.
Super sturdy, like heavy. Like the front of it is like not over heavy. Like that is super solid. Easy, quick.
You're gonna pop this open, and this pops off. Trim to size, put it back down, lock it down, then you're good to go on your specific size for you.
So I got my adjusted belt here, like the length right, but what I'm gonna do is use this to measure, okay, I want, say, this much kind of hanging over. So I'm gonna measure that piece, and then I'm gonna cut it off of this end, unclip this, cut, say 12 inches off of that piece, and then hook it into the belt. And then I got then I got that nice finished end here, showing. I'll kind of trim this in. Once you get it sized right, then hooking it, super solid. I mean, it's easy release, but definitely not going to come loose. And that mechanism right there, I really like that because it's not going to just pop loose. You got to, if you bump one side or bump the other side, it's not gonna release. You gotta do both sides. So I really like that. Hey guys, these things look pretty sweet. I love them.
These are in the store now. Go pick them up while they're there.
Go get them.
Man, so there we go. Got it on right now. Wearing it right. I don't need to stand up and show you my waist area, but wearing it right now.
No, it's great. Like you said, 3 colors, 2 buckles. Buy a 3-pack, buy a 1-pack, whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
That belt is, I think it's a 1.5 inch wide. It's super sturdy, tactical nylon type stuff. Hold your pants up, but you could also put a holster on it, magazines.
Yep. That was one of the first
reloads.
questions we saw come across. How would it work for that? This thing is strong, dude. It's not going to give. That's
no. The lockdown mechanism where you trim it and put it back in, it's got probably 6 or 8 really 1/4-inch long spikes that grab into that material, and it's not going anywhere. And you get it cut to size right. I mean, it's a good way to keep your fupa in check, right? You make it sure it won't get any bigger. You can always cut twice.
That's right.
If you need to, but yeah.
That's right. So head to f3gear.com. Loads of other great stuff there. Remember, we just released that fire pit recently. All the stuff you need. And if you guys need pre-orders, right, holidays coming up, so you're going to want to get those orders in here in the next month. Get that stuff going. f3gear.com and get all the good stuff that has you outfitted for the gloom. And also thanks to the fine folks at Momentous, right? Gear's got you geared up for all the stuff you want to wear on your body. Momentous has everything you need to put in it, from health and nutrition, all the supplements, everything you need under one roof. LiveMomentous.com. I've got a code Brian J. Save cash, dude. Stuff you're going to buy. You guys need whey protein. If you're a creatine guy, you need that stuff, right? D3, all that. It's all there. You need it. So go shop there and save a little bit of money on really good, clean product as well. All right, let's keep moving along here. Oh, the Drop Those already got his belt. It's awesome.
He had it on Twitter earlier.
That's right. Well done. Thrill. All right, let's give out some T-claps before we have that conversation with Scar U and OBT, and saw this one come across. And man, we want to give a shout out to this guy. He says, hey guys, Bill Branson, not to be confused with Bill Brasky.
Bill Bratsky is a son of a.
So Bill Branson, better known as Mig Tig in the gloom. He's out of the St. Louis, Missouri area. I don't know. Merrimack region. Yesterday was his 66th birthday and the 4th anniversary of his AO Wet Willie, named after a water park back in the day. Growth has exploded here the past couple of years and wanted to give a special beat down to celebrate both our birthdays. I queued it and invited 6 of the OGs, the founding brothers, to co-queue with me and share what it was like at the beginning and how Wet Willie has grown and continues to grow and still be a premier AO in the area. He themed the beatdown 43 feet. And you're not going to believe it, but they had 43 packs for the 43 feet workout.
Someone else is in charge, Brian.
Right? So Mig Tig goes on to say it was a great beatdown and had 3 brothers from Blackstone's cooking. They had 3 brothers with Blackstone's cooking breakfast for an awesome cafeteria post beatdown. F3 has been the most positive thing in my life in the last 2.5 years, and I love giving it away. I'm sending our boy band picture. Good shot of those guys. And I just want to keep this thing moving forward. So love what you guys are doing in St. Louis. And anytime you bring a Blackstone to an F3 workout, right?
You're going to make friends if you didn't already have any.
Right. 100%. How about this? Checking in from the Facebook page. Shooter from F3 Soil. What's up, Southern Illinois? He said he's going to Jeffco for GTE next weekend. Nervous and excited. What we call in our house, nerve-sighted, brother.
Nerve-sighted?
Nerve-sighted.
The yawns is what the Repeato household calls it. I got the yawns.
I'm guessing if nervous, excited, Shooter got to be your first GTE experience, bro. Have a great, outstanding, impactful time. You'll love every second. You'll hate it as well.
Hey, he's a firefighter, first responder. Thank you for your service.
Yeah,
and that ruck is like that air tank, brother. You'd be just fine.
No doubt about that. All right, let's check in with Scar U and OBT. I had a conversation with those guys yesterday. So we recorded this yesterday. In fact, it was fun fact. You'll see here in a minute. But these guys have a really cool event that they're, queuing, kind of leading efforts on for men to focus on mental health and growth and acceleration. So here's my conversation yesterday with 2 guys, man, 2 high impact men, one who's been here from day one of this fine thing we call F3 and OBT. So here's my convo yesterday with Scar U and OBT. Yeah, thanks, Kitty and Repeato. Great stuff, guys. I had a chance to catch up with these 2 amazing high impact men yesterday. In fact, before we get into it, I got OBT and Scar U there. We got to wish a happy birthday. 5-1. Respect to our man Scar U, because as we record today on Thursday afternoon for tomorrow's show, he has ticked over another 365. And so how you feeling, old man?
I feel awesome, and I'm very honored to be here on the show with you guys on my birthday. So it's just been a great day. Started with a beatdown in the Oak with a booster packs workout, which was awesome. And now I'm here with you guys, be with the family tonight. Nothing better.
And not to be outdone, they're just by a matter of a few days. OBT's got a birthday coming up on Sunday. So I feel like we should have a cake or some sort of party or, streamers. I don't know. I'm lacking in that.
Happy birthday, brother.
Balloons float up on your iPhone or whatever. So I actually will be in New Orleans on Sunday, and I'm going to get a chance to go out with packs there on Saturday morning, and that'll be awesome because it's been 10 years since they launched down there, and I was actually part of that launch and went down there the week before the very first workout and taught some growth school and did some preliminary workouts. So awesome to get a chance to be with those guys this weekend.
Hard to have fun on your birthday in New Orleans.
Yeah, it's tough.
It should be tough, dude.
Yeah, I don't know. We're gonna my wife will be down there with me. We're going to a family wedding on her side of the family, and we're gonna have to hunt high and low for something fun to do.
Yeah.
So I'm sure we'll figure something out.
No doubt. Well, guys, thrilled to have you. Next month, you guys are spearheading, but inviting, just leading on a really incredible effort. It's called F3 and the Rising Generation of American Males, a dialogue with Richard Reeves, and going to be a really important discussion. Obviously, men, you don't need us to explain just how important that sort of battle between the ears, that battle for men's mental health, physical health, but mental health is just something that we care so deeply about. And it's something that continues to plague far too many men in our communities. We continue to see guys, either going through this parts of life. And then also we're thinking about what it's like to raise the next generation. And so you guys are bringing in a really incredible speaker who's going to be a part of this amazing night on October the 22nd. And so I'm going to do the C-SPAN thing, brothers, where I'm just going to get out of your way and let you tell us what's coming up and tell the packs what they can tune in for and be a part of coming up here next month.
Awesome. I'm going to give you guys the logistics on this thing first, and then I'm gonna kick it to Scar U and ask him to talk a little bit about Richard Reeves, who's going to be our guest here. So this is going to be October 22nd. It's a Tuesday evening. It's going to be from 5 to 6 p.m. Eastern time. So I know we span multiple time zones in this great F3 nation of ours. So set your calendar to your appropriate local time. But we've tried to schedule it that way so we get, maybe if you're on the East Coast, maybe stick around an extra hour at work if you're the kind of guy who knocks off at 5 p.m. And carve out a block of time earlier in the afternoon if you're in Central or Mountain or on the West Coast. So this is an opportunity to have a dialogue with a guy who's one of the preeminent thinkers about what's going on with men and boys in the United States, and particularly, I'm a Gen Xer. Scar, you as a Gen Xer. We got plenty of boomers among the packs, but we tend to pick guys up when they're 43 years old, as we say, right? Mm-hmm. It's 43 feet. And 43 was kind of that median age that we were reaching that first year in Charlotte when we kind of noticed that trend. So that's when guys become acutely aware of maybe their own sad clown disease or whatever it is that there's something missing in their lives and they need. So I'm not going to pretend that F3 is going to suddenly go out and start signing guys up in their teens or 20s. But there are some things happening with that younger generation that are of concern, and Reeves is probably the number one guy who's studying that really from an academic perspective, and talking about the need to do something. And so this ideally would be a chance to have a conversation with him about what's coming down the pike for us. We're going to meet these guys when they're 43. What can we be doing now to prepare for that, and to lend a helping hand right now before they get to us, and at a time when there are a lot of guys and boys really out there struggling. So, Scar, you want to talk a little bit about Reeves and kind of his background, if you don't mind?
Sure. Yeah, definitely. I mean, he like you said, he's one of the preeminent, thinkers, speakers, researchers in the health of boys and men, and he recently started this AIBM, the American Institute of Boys and Men. The book is getting a lot of traction. President Obama put it on his summer reading list. That was a big shout out. And listen, we know the problems. We're very well aware, that men are struggling with their mental health and loneliness. Young men, basically 15% have no close friends. We know that statistic. We know that boys are struggling academically in school now. That's a big issue that he brings up. They're facing challenges in the labor market when they enter. And so there's a lot of issues. Reeves is bringing awareness to these issues. But what I really like about the book is how he offers some solutions. And, if you bring awareness, you talk about a problem, you don't want to be all doom and gloom. You want to say, here are some potential solutions. So a couple of things I'll just mention. One is he talks about starting boys a little later in school. The red shirt concept, right? That's something. Trying to promote more male teachers in education. That's a big one. Vocational and technical training, more of that. So those are just a couple of ideas. What I love about this opportunity for us as an organization is we need community involvement. We need community changes. So we're offering and just sharing that, hey, this is what we're doing in our communities. I know you guys go to a multitude of different AOs. We see guys from the ages of 10 to their 80s, right? So mentoring is happening in our organization. And again, with any problem, you have to get upstream. And I think as an organization, we're doing that. Reeves is thinking that way. So we're on the same page. So I'll pass it back to OBT. What are your thoughts on what I just mentioned?
Well, it just the Reeves makes this point about teaching in particular and what an impact a teacher can make. And I had some male teachers as a young man. I just flashed to I think Dredd wrote this in Free to Lead. He talked about his resistance to the idea that was his calling in life, was to teach. Right? He didn't like that. He thought that was feminine, that women taught or whatever. And he kind of had to get over the hump of understanding that was his spiritual gift, was to teach and to lead in that way. And So I'm gonna extend a personal invitation to him to be there for this conversation. But we've absolutely got to change some of these things that are going on in society in terms of what an acceptable role for a man in society is, and that needs to start at the youngest age and start at what boys are being exposed to in schools and who's teaching them as well. I was just calling up. A friend of mine sent me something that ran on X yesterday, and I just punched it up because my phone quit. So female prime age employment is at record highs, while for males it is near record lows outside of recessions and recovery years right now currently. So this is looking at a Federal Reserve study that was done, or the latest numbers that were released from the Federal Reserve. So we've got fewer men in the workforce than at any point in history, other than outside of recessions and recovery years. And there's just a ton of stuff going on around that. And just this week, and I intend to introduce this to the dialogue as well, is that, the damage, we've seen widespread legalization of sports gambling in this country over the last kind of 5 to 10 years. And what that has done we know that men are primarily sports fans and are primarily drivers of gambling. And there was a big article in the Atlantic this week about some of the first academic studies are starting to come out that detail the damage that's being done economically to families and to men very specifically by the change that has come in the last 10 years in terms of acceptance of gambling as a widespread form of entertainment. So
yeah, and I think there's a lot of different things that are sort of continue to impact this space of ours as men and as fathers, and so the more we can look for sort of experts in the field. I mean, if you look at what Richard's been able to do here and where he's leading, I'm excited just for our guys to have the chance to just hear that, right? To take more into their toolbox. So it's the 22nd of October, 5 to 6 p.m. Eastern. Guys, give me some data or give me some info on where guys go to sign up, right? How do they participate in this event?
Yeah, so we're going to get some look on the F3 Nation feed. We're going to get the link out for people to sign up in advance. If you don't sign up in advance and you figure it out on the day of, we will still welcome as many people as can crowd into the Zoom call as possible. But obviously reserve a place by signing up in advance. So look on the social media feeds. We're going to also have a link that's going to go out in the News of the Nation as well. We're working with Italian Job on that, and so we'll flood the zone for social media and for your email inbox as well.
Outstanding. Birthday boy, what else?
Got it. Last couple of things. I know there's a lot more for you to cover. Number one, this is a huge opportunity for us to show who we are and learn from Reeves. So we have to, I'd love for the PACs to show up across the country and really be there in support of this. Again, a huge opportunity. Number two, we have to remember the statistic that under the age of 50, suicide is the leading cause of death among men. That is crazy to think about that statistic. And finally, the last thing I'll say is it's not a zero-sum game. You'll hear Richard say this. We can support girls, women initiatives as we should, and at the same time recognize that boys and men are struggling. So those are a couple of thoughts I just wanted to share.
Well said. October 22nd, 5 to 6 p.m. Eastern. A great conversation with Richard Reeves, F3 and the Rising Generation of American Males, a dialogue with Richard Reeves. Guys, thanks so much for popping in for a little bit, sharing the info, and we'll be sure to share it far and wide.
Thanks so much.
Happy birthday, you rascals.
Take care. Good to see you, brother.
All right, hey, Kitty Repeato, you handsome sons of bees. Back to you guys in the live studio.
The continuation of those two being high impact men just over and over again with all the things that were done. But when you start to think about lining up and listing out so many different forces coming at us from all different directions with negative impact if you let it, or attention grabbing impact if you let it, and then to think about not only how that impacts ourselves, but the raising and rearing of children in the same world, in a new world every day, something new, dynamic, something crazy. It's a lot to think about. And so it's a lot to try to digest and process on your own. So all the more reason why get your butt in the gloom, get yourself surrounded by some guys who are going through the same thing you are.
Mm.
Lean on one another to achieve greatness.
Yeah, well said. Well said. Well, that's October 22nd. Before that, though, we've got another opportunity for you guys to hang out with some F3 guys. And you've got the Accelerate campaign starting October the 1st. So that whole month of October, the mission of the Accelerate campaign to secure funds to help F3 Nation plant, grow, and serve, doing things like F3 Region in a Box, growing things like National Attraction Campaign, getting the word out about what we're doing, helping people find us, and then serving by leadership development in this lead project. So join Dark Helmet on Facebook for Accelerate Live, episode 1, Monday, September the 30th at 10 a.m. Eastern. So get that on your calendar for Monday, and you can hang out with him and help kick off this amazing campaign. Brother, we saw some other cool things come across our feed here from the Gloom. And check out what the boys of the Terracotta region are doing in Lincoln, California. Etsy, our man Etsy drew these at the region's AOs this week, and just some chalk art, man, getting the good word out.
Yeah,
look at the talent here. First one said, right, do the
Sandstorm.
work. Yeah. So that's cool.
Nobody cares.
That
work
one
harder.
there,
Love
yeah.
that.
At the Q for Pikachu, you got that one there. Happened at Carousel of Pain. So thought that was pretty cool, man. Shout out to
Carousel
Etsy.
of Pain. I love that.
That's right. Exactly. Good stuff there. And 10-year anniversary coming up. If you're in the Sumter area in the great state of South Carolina on October the 5th, those guys have their 10-year Annie, and there's the details there. And you can go hang out with them and man, just do great F3 stuff if you want to do a little conversion there as well. Good job on those guys as always. We do have a hunt for wellness. We got a quote worth Repeato, and we've got our man Drop Thrill checking in with a mental battle update. So let's check in with the Thrill.
Okay.
And then we'll come back after that, and then we'll get our hunt for wellness update as well. Here's Drop Thrill.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Drop Thrill here. I'm actually coming to you from what I call my yoga studio. What I did is I turned my guest bedroom into a yoga studio because I need lots of help with my back and all that sort of thing. So once or twice a month at least, I'm in here. Doing some stretching, doing an actual yoga class via Zoom. So if you're wondering where I am, that's where I am. You can probably see some of my collectibles and other stuff behind me. Anyway, so just wanted to share a couple things with you. This month, September is actually Suicide Prevention Month. I'm a little bit late getting this to you, but that's okay. Suicide is something that affects a lot of people, not just men, but men are much more likely to, attempt suicide or unfortunately succeed. And I've got my own testimony about that. I can certainly share that with you personally if you'd like to ever talk about that. So just again, like always, if you are struggling or you know somebody that's struggling or you know somebody that actually deals with stuff like this, like I do personally, please reach out to them. Just check on them. You never know what a text message might do. You might be a lifesaver, literally. The other thing I wanted to share is I just got back from Disney World, of all places. Shocking, I know that I would go to an amusement park being called Drop Thrill, which is referring to amusement parks and roller coasters is my hobby. So anyway, it's always fun to observe what's going on at a place like Magic Kingdom, especially. It's 90 degrees. The 3-year-old children are having a fit. They are not happy. And the parents are sometimes being good leaders and sometimes not so much. But it's so important what we do here at F3. I know I'm not a parent, but I am a great uncle 5 times over. And it's so important what we do for the next generation. Getting out in the gloom every week, as many times as you can. Even if it's once a week and then you go to second F, and it doesn't matter. It's putting in the effort and getting that 1% better is what is going to make this world a better place. I see so many. I have struggled with weight a lot of my life. Thankfully, I'm getting hopefully on the other side of that, and it's going down. But I just I observed several people that were even much bigger than I am. And it just breaks my heart because these these folks, and it's usually guys. For some reason, I see guys that are 500, 600 pounds, and they've got just to be miserable. I mean, you're in 90-degree heat. You can't do anything. You can't really ride rides. You're there for your kids, of course, but it just breaks my heart. And it's so important. And the guys that are really good, like Olaf from the fort, that is like an EH king that just can, EH the hound out of anybody. That's not my gift, but it's so important for to keep EHing guys, keep reaching out to guys. You never know what a difference it might make for that guy, his family, and the next generation. With that, the thrill is gone. See you guys. Bye.
Awesome, brother. Yeah, man. Good words. Appreciate that. And
Yep.
ain't nobody tuned into it and keep an eye on it for all of us across the gloom like our man Drop Thrill is. So thanks as
Take
well.
care of that
Before we do
back,
that-
dude.
Yeah,
Keep
dude,
out of
get
them
that back.
coasters. Give yourself a
I'll tell
break.
you what, man, we got some more comments to get through. Why don't we check in, see what the packs are up to on the social media machines? There's our boy Chief Chuck. Happy Friday, brothers. Now known as Bolas de Lanton, as deemed by Dark Helmet
Bolas de
himself.
Latón.
What does that mean? Okay, how's your
No
Espanol, Repeato?
It's getting better
Chief-
with some of the stuff I'm doing right now,
Chief
but it
Chuck,
ain't that
we're gonna
good.
need you to tell us what that without me having hit the Google machine. So I know you'll be back in a second to tell us. There's our man Money Cat, aka Jimbo Simon. Sorry to be late. Had my kitty litter being changed. Oh, I know how that goes, brother. Here's again this comment.
Is that a
This guy,
euphemism?
you
What
guys
is
are
that?
handsome. This one, just comment of the day. You guys are handsome and amazing. Your wives are lucky gals. That's cool,
Bolas
man.
de Latón is brass balls.
You know what, Chuck? That's good. There's a happy birthday scar. There's brass balls right there.
There it
That's
is. Yeah,
outstanding.
we got you, Whitworth.
Hey, bro, thanks for the mention of F3 Sumter tenure. Of course. Thanks for sending it
What we
our
do
way.
here.
That's what we do here. That's what we do here.
Chris.
By the way, you
Whoever
guys want to be
Chris is.
involved in the show, you can find us on the Slack machine. You can email us, cot@f3nation.com, or you can still call into that caller hotline, 844-4COT-PAX. And that's where our man, Tunis Hunt, Dr. Bones, left us this very message about the benefits of rucking for your health and wellness with this week's Hunt for Wellness update.
Hello, COT Podcast. It's another great day for wellness. This is Bones with a health tip for the PAX of F3 Nation. PAX, one of my favorite things to do is to go out for a walk. There's just something about getting out in nature and moving at a comfortable pace for miles. It is a great time to clear your mind, chat with fellow PAX, or catch up on the latest Hunt for Wellness podcast. The health benefits of walking are numerous and include improving your heart health, strengthening your bones, boosting your immune system, reducing stress, and burning fat. And one way you can maximize all of those benefits is to carry more weight. That's right, by adding 10 to 40 pounds of weight while you walk will boost all of those benefits exponentially. Rucking has been gaining popularity as a method of exercise over the last couple of decades and has fully been incorporated in the F3 culture. Carrying rucksacks with 20 to 30 pounds is the most common form used by the PAX, but other methods are popular as well. I personally use a weighted vest for most of my walks, but have a rucksack for beatdowns and events. I prefer the vest for everyday use, due to its ability to distribute the weight in the front and the back of my body. Most days my walks consist of 20 pounds in the vest and about 4 miles. Rucking has some benefits over running, including more muscle growth, less impact on your joints, and being in a fat-burning zone for a longer period of time. Other benefits include a slower pace to allow for conversation, ability to add more weight for increased results, and the ability to carry other things like your favorite libation or the new ruckable fire pit. So PAX, grab a couple of your brothers in the gloom, throw on a rucksack, and go out and solve the world's problems. It is a great way to get to know your brothers and improve your overall health. Kitty and Repeato, I know you boys like to throw on a little weight and take a stroll. This has been Bones guiding the PAX of F3 Nation on their hunt for wellness. Gotta go.
Oh, we love it. We love it, bro. We don't like it. We love it.
I'll tell you, I think for me, I guess I've been in this rucking game for 7 years, a little bit, not quite as long as the
Yeah.
F3 game.
Yeah.
And I think I've been dialed into like, I've, plenty of times with the 30 pounds as the minimum, all the way up to 50, 65 or 30 plus a 60-pound sandbag, whatever. 20, 25 pounds is my sweet spot now.
And you can get cruising too. You can get cruising. Yep.
A lot further distance, a lot shorter recovery time or feeling the soreness. I got nothing to prove. You want me to put 30? I'll go mile toe to toe with you, mile for mile, but
yeah,
take care of your bodies. Get yourself good. And you and I have had who knows how many millions of hours of conversations over the lifetime of this brotherhood friendship.
Yep.
Some of the best have been underweight.
No doubt. 100%. Easily. 100%. Yeah. That's, and he just said, solve the world's problems.
Yep.
I think it can't be understated how important that time is for you guys, for your health, but for your mental health, to be able to be with your brothers, and you can communicate it in a way in which you can't doing other activities. It just, there's just something, and there is something about, we've talked about this ad nauseum, but it's worth repeating. There's something about putting it on there and talking to your bro about the shit that maybe is going on in your life.
Sure.
Something about doing it under that. It is something special. That
might even say it's worth Repeato.
So. Oh, it's for sure worth it. One more question from the audience. Here's Brass Balls has to say about it. What was the dial-in number? I can explain how he got the nickname. Absolutely, brother. 844-4COT PAX, PAX. So call us up. Leave it to 3 minutes or less, because if you go longer than 3 minutes, you get cut off. Ideally about 2. Chief Chuck. But you know what, Chief? You the man. If you got to go long, just leave us 2, bro. You can have as much time as you want on these very airways. Chief Chuck, I had a conversation with him on Pick Up the Six podcast. You guys should go back and check it out. Great dude. Awesome guy. Excited to have him in our mix here. All right, bro. One more thing before we call it a day here. And That's it is right. the always just appreciated, never duplicated.
Right.
Quote worth Repeato. What do you got for us this week?
Yeah, this week's another submission by none other than the nation's general. So we always thank him for his listenership, his leadership, and his expertise in so many different things. And he sent this one a couple of weeks back. I'm not sure where he came across it. I don't know if that was in the text thread or not, but I always put him in the holster and ready to fire when needed. And we've had this quoter, this author on before. W.E.B. Du Bois is an old famous philosopher, sociology guy, one of the first African Americans to be really elite and elevated in that field many moons ago. And this one is just a great quote. Absolutely great quote.
Yeah.
Now is the accepted time, not tomorrow, not some more convenient season. It is today that our best work can be done.
Yeah. Yeah. So if Dredd is watching or listening, he would tell you, you don't take that hit off the crack pipe of manana. Right, because it's addictive and it keeps hitting to it. But I love the way this is worded too, because now is the accepted time, not tomorrow, not some more convenient season.
Right.
It is today. This is a great sentence. It is today that our best work can be done. I love that, dude. We should say that
in a political speech.
True. I've got the queue tomorrow at Phoenix, 6:30, and I think before we head out into the park, boys, it is today that our best work can be done. I love that sentence.
Yeah.
Outstanding.
There is no time like the present.
Well, and to your point, right? You said in a political speech, every politician is going to tell you, vote me in and everything will be better then. No, we have to go now.
Right. Well, this screams of a time gone by in politics where speeches were thought about and more calls to action than opposed to.
Did you say what Du Bois' full name was? Du Bois' full name? Did they call him Webb?
I don't know that they called him Webb.
I would.
We called him Dr. Du Bois.
Oh, probably. I would have called him Webb. What up, Webb?
What does WEB stand for? I was looking this earlier. William Edward Burgett Du Bois. Burghart.
Strong name. Yeah, I'd call him Webb.
But they also might be saying it's Du Bois. So I don't know.
I mean, I think my friends in New Orleans would tell me it's Du Bois.
I would say so too, but
either way, I digress. What do you say we get out of here, dude? We got to call this.
Let's get out of here. It's Friday. All the boys are going to want to do something. My phone's ringing. I'm not going to answer it.
Boys are going to want to do something. There's some work to be done. I think we're going to go throw a little metal around though. That's the plan here.
We're about to go finish 1 more 2 work things, and then we're going to go.
A little bit. All right. Hey, guys.
Yep.
The man hasn't told you to say we love you, all right? Nation does too. Do me a favor. Did you go out there and keep getting after it? What do you think? Repeato. Hard commit.
Let's go.
Catch you guys next week. Peace. See you. Be safe. Hey, be safe. If it's wet and wild where you're at, be safe. Help your neighbor out. Love you guys. See you. This has been the COT Podcast, connecting the packs of F3 Nation to something bigger than themselves. Please rate and review our show. Follow us on Twitter at F3COT Podcast and connect with the show at COT@F3Nation.com or by leaving us a voicemail at 844-4COT-PACKS. I'm Brian Jodis, 42, Hello Kitty.
And I'm Jamie Roseborough, 40, Repeato.
And this has been the Circle of Trust Podcast.